Hey guys, it's Sharon with Satnam Healing, and this is a video to give you some tips about meditation. If you're working on incorporating a mindfulness practice or meditation practice, I just wanted to go over some helpful things to think about or to know when sitting. It's always difficult to find a way to sit still when life wants to pull you all different directions, and especially when we have distractions to deal with. So first, let me talk about the breath and the importance of why we focus on that in meditation. The breath has a natural rhythm. Most of the time you'll hear at the beginning of a meditation practice, take a few slow, deep breaths. But the idea isn't that you have to force deep breathing during meditation. It's really tuning into your own natural breath. And when you tune into that, you'll develop a sense for finding a focal point of your breath, which is just one point of your breathing that stands out the most to you, and it helps you come back to remembering to breathe. Mine is underneath the nose, right above the lip, kind of where the breath enters in. It's just a stronger sensation for me, so that's where I come back to. Let's get back to talking about distractions. The first distraction that I'll talk about is hearing sounds. It's pretty common, especially if you have household people living with you, your family, your pets, sounds outside, anything like that, that can distract you. Especially when you're in your own setting at home, it's so much easier to want to just get up and break the meditation practice and go figure out what was that sound or what's going on. My example is when you hear, like if you hear an airplane go overhead and then you think, I wonder where that airplane's headed. Gosh, it would be great to be on vacation right now. I really could use one of those little umbrella drinks on the beach. Oh my gosh. And then you're just totally off in another world in your head. So when you hear a sound, do your best to just notice that's a sound. Try not to tell a story with it. And this leads us to one of the biggest challenges in meditation. It's thinking, it's thought, and the even more realistic approach to meditation is knowing and inviting those thoughts in. You're not going to let them stay and hang out, but you're going to say, hey, I see you, thought. A lot of times thoughts will replay of things that have already happened, or maybe during this practice of trying to be more quiet and still, thoughts will start to brew up in those worries or things that you've been going through in life, maybe something weighing on your heart. All that stuff wants to bubble up when you are in meditation. And then there's, of course, wacky thoughts where you're just like, why am I even thinking about that? It's all just a thought. Know that you're going to think when you're trying to do meditation, but learn to respond to it by coming back to your focal point. And then there's the body. What do we do with a body that wants to move a lot? So there's this fine line of meditation. There's this fine line of needing to move because your body is saying, like, I need you to move right now. I don't think your leg could ever fall off in meditation, but say it feels like it's gonna fall off. It's okay to move. It's okay to make some movements. But the difference is being able to recognize, am I moving right now because I'm fidgety, because I don't want to sit still? Or am I moving because I really need to move right now to support my meditation practice? So it's really an inner journey of figuring out where that motivation to move comes from. It's okay to change your position if you really need to, but we do try to embrace the stillness of being where you're at, just not moving the body around so much. I notice when I'm having a really mental day that if I've been working on getting my thoughts, not giving my thoughts lots of attention, then my body starts to think, ooh, I need to itch right now, or I think I need to brush my leg, or, whatever way I can fidget and move around. So it's good to recognize, where does your source of movement come from? Try not to fidget or move around too much. And of course, when we talk about the body, we can talk about making the shape that you choose to do meditation in. You can sit upright in a chair. You can sit in that traditional cross-legged meditation, but you can also check my video out on how to work with sitting with your legs crossed if that's what you want to do in meditation. And my favorite way is to lie down on your back. Bring your feet up onto the mat and your knees together a little bit. Just try not to fall asleep if you're on your back. let's give this breathing technique a try. So I will kind of talk you through a couple of things just to do some mindfulness of breath, just to give you a chance to discover your own focal point, okay? So go ahead and find a position that you're comfortable in. Lie down, sit down, and then just settle in. Make any final movements that you need to. And then close your eyes. Begin to take a natural, slow breath in, and then just release the breath again. So can you take that intentional first breath or two to be nice and slow on the breath in and steady on the breath out? And then just explore the sensation of breath traveling in through your nose or your mouth. From there, extending down through the back of the throat and beginning to fill the lungs. And then can you follow the breath as it empties all the way out? What part of your breath stands out the most to you right now? There is no wrong place to find a focal point. And it's okay from day to day if your focal point changes. Follow a few more rounds of breath. And see what part of the breath stands out the most. Then give yourself a moment to take one more focused, longer, slower breath. And then you can slowly open your eyes, bring your awareness back to this moment, and just notice how you feel from doing that mindful breathing technique. Hopefully this has helped you find and establish a focal point so that now when you're sitting and you know you've trailed off or you've started to go towards a distraction, you can come back to that focal point. Good luck. Keep practicing, subscribe to my YouTube, hit that little notification bell so that you know when new videos come out, and leave me a comment. Let me know how it's going. I would love to hear from you guys. I'll see you soon.